Ladies and gentlemen, geeks and nerds, welcome back to another episode of Beyond Logic, and we are at the scene of a crime. We are here in the Blaze farm from last week, and there is fire everywhere. The glass platform has gone, the trapdoors there have gone, and look at my levels, they have also gone. What has happened? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So at the end of last episode, I finished up recording. Everything was good. Super excited about this farm, and I left my player here, right here on the glass, and I got my camera account to take a screenshot. Took my screenshot, and then did the necessary with the video, uploaded it, that kind of stuff. But I left my player logged in and the game running, and I think what must have happened is I think probably a ghast might have spawned somewhere because there's plenty of spaces for a ghast to spawn. And I reckon what happened was a ghast must have shot me and destroyed the glass or destroyed these trapdoors that were here, and the blazes that were here have started firing at me and killed me. I've died. All of my items are totally gone. And of course, because they're shooting, their fireballs have gone over here and set fire to the world. So yeah, this is my backup gear from my backup chest. And all my levels have gone. Everything I had on me was gone. All of my kit is all gone. Oh no, super sad. I must admit, I just came back to my computer, turned it on, and it just said, "You have died." And I was like, "What?" But it's all good. It's all good. We've got our backup gear. So yeah. So I guess what I want to do now is this episode, I want to finish up this room. I want to do the decoration of this room, get a proper entrance way in. And get our stuff recovered. Make sure our backup gear is all nicely in a good situation. Get these repairs done, and then if we've got time, we do some other little jobs, bits and pieces around. But yeah, I want to get this finished up and complete because I think too often I start a project and get it functional and working, and we're all happy, but we don't always finish it totally. So I want to make sure we get onto that and do that. We do that this episode. All right. So let me get a few bits together and start repairing. The Blaze farm is now fully operational, all fixed, all done. And I've just started on the next part of the project, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, this is all done. All the fire is now out. all the rails repaired. The glass is back. All of the concrete. There's concrete that was broken. Carpets. All sorts. There was all sorts of things missing. This whole section had gone. There's all sorts of stuff, just missing. So I've repaired everything. Our walkway's back on. So I think we are now good. And oh, ouch. Here's the stuff we've got so far from the mining sessions, from the killing sessions that I've had. And we've got a few blaze heads. That is good. But yeah, back to operational status. But anyway, so we've got two things to do next. So first of all, we need to make this thing safe. I can't be standing around here with ghasts appearing and shooting me. That's no good. So we need to make this thing safe, and also we need to find a way to get back into this place. We need a way in and out. I'm thinking maybe from the top dropping down, because everywhere else is kind of blocked off. But yeah, we'll get onto that later. I can hear gas again. Ooh, hopefully not going to give me too many problems. But yeah, last episode we had a really good suggestion in the comments from Zareth, and he recommended covering or surrounding this whole farm in black concrete. And also the floor as well. And that means that all the bright colours we've got here will really stand out, really pop. Because obviously a lot of these colours here, sort of reds and oranges, they sort of blend into the netherrack we have. So let's just cover the whole thing in black. And so when we're on the inside, all these bright colours will really stand out. So one thing he suggested was on the bottom, to stop the mob spawning, either use the nether brick slabs that we've got, because that's black, or use carpets. And I think what I'm going to try is I'm going to try and do something different. I'm going to try and use actually black glass. So I'm going to put black concrete on the bottom with a layer of black glass. Hopefully you can see that. YouTube's a bit odd when it comes to dark colours, but yeah, I think that means that because it won't have much of a texture when we're up in a farm looking down, we won't be able to see like the texture of the bricks or the carpet. So glass is something I'm going to try, and that, of course, that will stop the spawns. So yeah, basically going to make a big black box with a glass bottom. So that's why I'm digging this out, just so we've got enough room. And then once we've done that, we need to work out a way into this place. All right, so I'm going to take this down a couple of levels just to give us plenty of space and not die from lava. And yeah, we need to sort out our gear because this is the last pick I've got, and it's not silk, not silk touch anymore. So yeah, I keep breaking glass and then losing it. So we need to sort out our gear as well. But yeah, let's get mining and yeah, get this thing surrounded. We're under attack! No! Don't break my stuff! No! Leave me alone! Okay, good. Alright. Oh, jeez. Okay, so this is the progress so far, and I've run out of concrete and glass. And I've only done this bit. But this is the size. It's a bit dark. Maybe I'll stick a few torches down for YouTube purposes. But yeah, this is the size of it. So pretty big. But yeah, we're just going to encompass this whole thing in black concrete. So I need to go and make up some more concrete. Quite a lot, actually. And then we can continue with this. And hopefully we won't get bothered by these guards anymore. Look at this. Oh, man. Stop it. I'm now on my way back after restocking with some more concrete because I ran out again. And yeah, it dawned on me that I haven't shown you exactly where this blaze farm is. So we're back here at Castle Barad-dûr, and if I can fly, please fly, go. There we go, we're flying. Yeah, so if you go down this this track right here, this is the same one that leads to our witch farm. If I do some cool turns, look at that flying skills. And if we go this way and then quickly go up here, it's actually out. Almost died. It's actually right here, so not too far at all. So just down there, sort of down that direction, there's an ice path, which is the one that takes us to our guardian farm. So we might be able to hook up to that to get some access. So let's just go over here. Here we are. So far, so you can see the progress we've made. Not quite there yet, but we're almost there. So I think yeah, we're going to finish this up. And I thought of a couple of cool things we could do actually with these blazes as well. So let me focus on getting this black box done, so we get the looks and stuff done. But I've got a couple of ideas for some extra cool things we can do with some blazes. Before we get into some more shenanigans with blazes, let's get this room finished off. So I have completed the black box. We'll come and have a look at that in a second. And I'm just working out how we're going to get into our farm, because now it's completely encased in in concrete. We need to work out how we're going to get in. So here we are on our ice track, and just over there, if I could just go this way a bit and zoom in, you can just see that little bit of hole in the netherrack. That is our guardian farm entrance. And over this way, we've got another one just down there. That is our entrance to our witch farm. So right in between these two farms, we have this freshly dug tunnel. So we need to work out like a little station here to switch the track over on our ice boat. So we're going to send our ice boat this way, and we're now going underneath the blaze farm, and we end up in this little opening here that I've I've dug out. So just above here, we need to work out how we're going to get up. I'm thinking maybe using one of the old-fashioned minecart elevators, because I've never built one of those before, and I think it'd be pretty cool. And of course, we don't have water in the nether, so yeah, we'll try it out here. So here we are, up at the top. So there is the entrance. So we're going to come up here somehow, finish up in this area, and over here is our black box. And I've just added this kind of backdrop here. If we go in here and go this way, we now enter the farm, walk up these glass steps, and now we're in, ready to yeah, dispatch some blazes. So now check it out. It's black everywhere, total and utter blackness. So now when we stand just about here, just like that, we'll get a really good view of all the blazes going here, there, and everywhere. And I've added some lighting here and there, just to keep it all lit up. There's some sort of secluded lighting hidden in the ceiling that you can't see. There's some glowstone here and there. You probably can't. There's a few bits and pieces, like just there's a little sliver you can see, and over there. But I've tried to hide it as best I can so we can focus on the blazes. All right, so I think the next thing I want to do is just get this room totally finished up. So they just need to finish off the exit. So if I walk this way, it's all totally black. There we go. We come out here, and yeah, so you've got to do this. So once we've done that, then we're going to move on to shenanigans with blazes, and I think that is going to be pretty cool. So here is the progress on the tunnel so far. Just doing a bit more of this. There we go. So yeah, I'm trying to make this look a little bit like fire along the side. So I've only done one side at the moment. So here's our ice track here. So on our boat, we'll come this way. We'll have our little contraption that we've got for switching directions. And we can go this way. So you can see we've got like red at the bottom with these end rods for lighting. Then it goes up through the oranges and then yellows. Then we've got black at the background, just so we don't have to have netherrack. And I think I'm going to try and take the black over the top and then maybe use some lava in the ceiling for some additional lighting as well. And obviously repeat this on this side as well. So I probably need to put a few more carpets down, things like that, just to make sure we don't get any pigmen spawning here and then walking in front of us. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. So that's the tunnel coming along pretty nice. Pretty happy with how that's coming along. And then we need to transition it here, have a station to get off our boat, and then into our minecart elevator, take us up there. All right, so yeah, going pretty well so far. I'm pretty happy how this is looking. So yeah, let me do a bit more work on this, and yeah, let's do the next bit. All right, we are back to operational status, and here are a bunch of blazes, and here is what the farm looks like from the inside. Oh yes, check it out. This is looking super cool with all the black, and we see the blazes going around. But yeah, I'll show you the entrance and everything in a minute. But I had a comment last episode from Code Monkey. I'll stick it on the screen, which boils down to a couple of questions. So first of all, wanted to know about the health of these blazes right here using F3 and I. Now I was aware of this. So if you hover if you point to any entity and hold down F and press I, it will copy the state of that mob or that entity to your clipboard. And from that we can look at what the health of these blazes are as they end up in here. So I've done that. So let's a few of them are dying for entity cramming. So let me just do this for both sides and let me get the numbers of these blazes of what health they've currently got. So it turns out the blazes over here on the right have a health of 5 left, which is 2.5 hearts left. And on the left hand side they've got 4, so that's 2 hearts left. So they've got a little bit of health still to go, but if we come up to these guys and go whack. Oh yes, the XP comes flowing in. And I've picked up a few, so there we go. Alright, so that answers that question. So they've got a little bit of health left, but still only 1 hit remaining. We've got a little bit of leeway to do maybe something else, which we'll come on to in a minute. And the next question was around the MSPT. So as this farm is running, if we press F3, and if we look at the top, the 3rd line down, we've got the MS ticks, and it's hovering at the moment around 8, 9, maybe 10. So yeah, it doesn't really impact the server very much. So you're looking at that to be under 50 to keep your 20 TPS. So yeah, not much load on the game as it goes. Oh yes. And the last question from Code Monkey was around the rates. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a test here for about 10 minutes and then we can multiply that up to get how many blaze rods per hour. So let me just organise this down here so all the new stuff will come in. I'll time it for 10 minutes and we'll see what we get. Our test is now complete, but before we see the results, I thought I'd show you the finished tunnel, which runs underneath the blaze farm. So yeah, so as I showed you before, it's made up of these concretes, red, orange and yellow, to kind of simulate flames with the added glass panes as well. Made it all non-spawnable, so there's carpets and glass just all mixed up just to make sure we don't get pigmen in there. We've got the lighting underneath with the end rods, some lighting on top with the lava, with the black backdrop to make it all stand out and look cool. All right, so obviously this links up with these tunnels that we need to still decorate. But yeah, we can now stick our boat down. We can zoom along here. We've got our station at the end that breaks the boat and puts us back up here, just like that. Now over here we've got a dispenser shooting upwards. In fact, it's a dropper. Actually, it's a dropper with a pressure plate on it. And there's a couple of those, one underneath the other, with the hoppers that will pick up the boat. And so when I want to go down again, go back that way, I can stand on this, gives me a boat, and we can go off. So that keeps our boats recycling. So that's pretty cool. And above us, if I look up there, there's a bottom of a minecart. So we can now just right click on these, zoom up, and we're right here. And we've got a little entranceway. I didn't spend too much time on this, but yeah, it's good enough, I think. And we can walk in here, go up the steps, and we're now inside the farm. So originally I was thinking about having an entrance above, but I didn't want to sort of add anything else in here that would interfere with the view. You know, I want to be able to stand here and see the glory. But yeah, let's have a look at these results. And this 10-minute test actually turned out to take about 2 hours because there was a whole bunch of issues with minecarts getting bumped into each other and all sorts. But I think I've solved all of that now. And here is the result. So here's a bunch of like tests that couldn't be completed, but here is the actual 10-minute test. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks and just over a half. And let me do some quick maths. And if we times that up by 6, what we should get is 2,172 blaze rods an hour. If you multiply that up, so that's pretty good. And obviously that means 6 heads as well. So six heads per hour. So yeah, pretty good stuff. So 2,000 blaze rods an hour. Just a bit over. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. And this farm is now looking cool and complete. We've got our entranceway and it's all fixed and reliable now. I've given this a test over a long period of time now and there are no issues. I also simplified it. I don't, if you remember from last time, we had, in fact, we could go over there quickly. If I get my ender pearl, yeah, let's jump up here. So I've also simplified this area right here because what was happening was I think some of the minecarts were getting a bit bunched up over time. And what could happen is if 2 minecarts come past here too quickly, then the one in front obviously activates the piston, which retracts this block. And then when the second one comes after it with a blaze in it, there's nowhere for the blaze to go because this block has disappeared. And so the blaze then gets ejected on one of these rails instead. And then a minecart that comes after that then hits the blaze and then bounces back, and then we end up in a whole world of pain. So yeah, I've changed this up a little bit. So what I do now is the minecarts come around here, and before we used to have like a junction where the minecarts would either go straight down here into this fire if we were turning the farm off and go into the dispenser, and then if the farm was still running, they would fall down over here onto a rail and carry on going. But now what we do is we always send them into the dispenser, and the dispenser, as long as that's still on, we'll keep ejecting them. That will maintain the timing as the farm runs and makes it a bit more reliable, and obviously simplifies all of this because you don't have to have that junction as well. So it's simpler and more reliable, and I've been testing this for quite some time and it hasn't broken. So I think we have solved that issue. So yeah, I wanted to do one more thing. I wanted to do a bit of an experiment with something else we could do to these blazes. So let's hop into a creative testing world and give it a shot. Here we are in the testing world, and you can see this is where I've been planning some of our design work for this episode and obviously previous episodes. But yeah, I wanted to have a go at something because the farm is great, but one thing that is causing me a little bit of issue is that you can't always see the blazes because they're obviously the bottom half of them is inside the minecart, and sometimes their head is inside the block, and you can't really see them that often. So I want to see, can we shoot them with a spectral arrow? And will they still survive? So I want to see how much damage this does to a blaze. So let's just pop a blaze in here. I've got this dispenser, so let's put some of that in there, and let's get a button. Button will do. So now I just want to put this on here, shoot this arrow. What? The blaze didn't get shot. Let's try again. What? Okay, so from above, blazes are still not getting shot with arrows. Right, with the blaze 1 block apart, let's see if this works this time. Oh, it does. Okay, I was getting worried there for a minute. So there we go. The blaze is now illuminated. So let's use our new trick we used earlier, our F3 and I. And let's see how much health this blaze has got. Okay, I've just checked the numbers. So this blaze starts with 20 health, which is 10 hearts, and is now down to 17. So it's only lost 3 health. And from our tests with our blazes already, they have 4 or 5 points left of health. So we should be able to hit them once with a spectral arrow, and they should still survive to the killing chamber. And then we should be able to see them flying around. Now, this doesn't last that long, I don't think. Maybe about 10 seconds or so before the effect runs out. So not sure how good this is actually going to be in the farm, but I want to give it a go and see what it looks like. So let's see if we can rig this thing up. We're going to have to think about how we're going to make this work because we can't put this right next to the blaze as it's going around the minecarts. So we're going to do a bit more experimentation here, see if I can rig something up on minecarts and get it to work. I have installed the 2 arrow dispensers. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've installed them both, so I'm just stocking up the last one with spectral arrows. So I went over to the witch farm, got a bunch of glowstone from there, and of course we've got our mob farm for all the arrows. So we've got one dispenser right there, one down there, and let's just check this out. So here is the dispenser, and just in front of it, so there's a 1 block gap in front, and then there's the tripwire hooks right here with a bit of redstone on those blocks that go into this dispenser. So as the mob comes past, it will trip that and then get shot. And the reason I'm using that rather than a detector rail is that we only want to shoot an arrow when there's an actual blaze and not just the minecart that's empty. So that is that. So let's get rid of this. Now we're ready for a full test and see what this is like. I've done a little bit of testing, so I think it's going to work, but I haven't seen it all go in with both sets. So let's turn this thing on. So launch the flying machines. Here they come. And then let's launch the minecarts and let's see what happens. Here they come. Badosh, oh yes. Yeah, they're lit up. Oh, this farm is lit. Oh, I love it. Oh man. So those effects don't last the whole way around the farm, but that's all right. This is brilliant. Love it. Right, so I'm going to turn around and hopefully we've got some surviving yet on both sides. Oh yes. And there's still a 1-hit kill. Here they come. Oh, brilliant. This is good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Now, of course, those arrows will run out, but this is just a bit of fun. I'm not too worried about adding a refilling station or anything like that, but yeah, this is cool stuff. There's nothing quite like flying past the Enterprise just for fun. Oh yes, love it. So let's return home after some good work on the blaze farm. Now I did have plans to do one other thing with some blazes, but yeah, I've run out of time this week. But I'll keep that under my hat for a future episode. That was going to be pretty cool. But yeah, we'll do that another time. But yeah, and also I realised that we've done the blaze farm for 2 weeks in a row, but that is now done, completed, and that's what I want to do now. I want to make sure that when we start a farm, get it functional, we also make it look good as well. Obviously with the full access and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, really pleased with that. That worked out pretty well. Now it's all complete, and now we're here. With our troops back in the Death Star. Look at these guys. Oh yes, brilliant. And I guess it's time to add a new member. But just before we announce the new member of the Hall of Fame, I think it's time to add the head of Duranda, who asked for a clownfish head, and I already have that in my chest, so I think we'll just do it right now while we've got it. Keep this up to date. So there you go, sir. All done. And you can see there's a bit of a squeeze. So what we're going to do now when we announce new members, we'll do it from the top of the steps right here. So all the gang here can see the new member as we announce them, and it gives us a bit more room. So yeah, the new member for this week is Code Monkey. So thank you for all of the support and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, we get lots of really cool comments from Code Monkey's suggestions and questions, just like we had in last episode that we featured earlier. So thank you for the support, and yeah, welcome to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, let me know what head you want, and we'll get that on as soon as possible. And that is about it for this episode. We've finished up our awesome blaze farm, and so if you enjoyed the episode, then please hit the like button, and if you're new, then feel free to subscribe, and if you've got any comments or suggestions or any kind of feedback, then get it in that comment section. Alright my geeks, until next time, I will see you later.